What?
That monster face. What's that? That one-eyed thing you got going. Look, that I can picture. Like your video's not on. It's a green monster with some antennas coming out of its
head. Yeah, Raina did that. Okay. Oh my goodness. How do I take that off?
But you just click on down the bottom, just click on show video. You know what I mean? Start your video.
Do you see me? No.
No.
Oh my God.
I love this. This is hilarious because
Can you see me now?
No, I can't see you.
Oh my God, I can see me. Why can't you see me?
Wait. We got
I can't see myself. How do I take this video off? How do I take this monster off? Hold on, like she really does have a. I'm sorry, Raina. How do I take this monster off the video? You got that? Come on, Raina. No, seriously, how do I take it off?
Raina, let me see you.
Okay, well, she can't see me because you did this. Okay, it's a start video. Okay, can you see me now, Angie? Oh, okay.
What's up, pretty girl?
What's going on? I love my pilot. Oh, ain't that cute?
Hey, Rhonda, what's so funny is you get spastic about it like I do. I'll be like, oh my God.
Yes. Girl, first of all, I'm not tech savvy, so I'm like, what the heck, yo? Like, come on, fix this. Generation XYZ with the kids, right?
Girl, and listen, and they be looking at us like,
no. She's like, hello, just start your video. Like, okay, I just learned PowerPoint like a year and a half ago.
Let me see Raina. Tell her come say hi to me.
She in school.
Oh,
Rain. Where? Rain. You in school, mamas? Are you in class? No. Oh, good. Come here, mamas.
I like that headboard.
Do you?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Background. You saw it. Say hi. Hi.
Come here, but it's Angie. What's up? How are you, girl?
Good.
Look, oh my gosh, I'm not used to the grown face. Aww.
I know, right? I know.
Raina, we gotta do this again. I'm gonna chat with you on video one time when you're off school, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, I like those glasses. Those frames are nice.
I put them on because you always say you like the white ones. So I wore these for you.
Thank you. It's always about me.
And right. Hey Ron, how about I got an email finally from the credit bureau saying that they updated my file. It was a thing on there saying that the Department of Education, I had 2 loans on there, and they got them deleted off last year. Some kind of way they got erroneous information about me, right?
Erroneous, is that the word?
Erroneous, you know what I mean? What's a better word? You a wordsmith.
No, spell erroneous.
Hold on.
Erroneous.
Look, I got my glasses on so I can spell. Hold on.
Wait a minute, I'm the same way. Wait a minute, hold up. I'm like, I can't hear. Hold on, let me clean my glasses.
Okay, so ERRONEOUS.
You is smart.
I is kind and I is important.
You is pretty.
Anyway, so finally, so they said, okay, you got your updated report. So I go to click on the thing. Equifax don't gave me access. Called on the phone, tried to authenticate. How about they lock me out of my own credit report? I can't even access it. I have to mail a letter.
Oh my gosh.
For them to unlock it and show them my ID.
You know why? Because credit fraud is so ridiculous. You know, credit fraud been around for like 50, 60 years, forever. But people now, or in the last 20 years, it's just become ridiculous. Like people, it's a $1 billion business to steal identity. $1 billion business. And guess what? The sad part is once they get you and they got you, it's hardly anything you can do but to go to a lawyer. My girlfriend, a girlfriend of mine, or colleague, worked with me. She had someone bought a Porsche with her credit. I said, dude, gee, whoa, can't play. What kind of credit she got?
Give me her social real quick.
This is the sad part about it. The bad part is she still had to pay $20,000 to get it, to hire a lawyer to get it off. I was like, first of all, because she did live in California, I was like, okay. But like, then they see that you never drove the car. Who picked up this car with your ID? The person picked it. They know that's not you. It's crazy. It's crazy.
That is crazy, though. Straight up.
So you got to, so now it's a big deal. Yeah, go ahead. Anyway.
Yeah, look, anyway, I'm excited about, I guess I'm excited a little bit about getting.
I'm loving your haircut, girl. That joint is on point. He got you all. No, I'm talking about your look. No, I'm talking about oh my God, he shaped that. He shaped it up and gave it femininity. It doesn't look. It looks so like just. It looks very pretty. It looks very soft. Yeah.
He's from Philly. His name is Pierre.
And yeah, Sue taught me that. She was like, when people get cut, she's like, women need soft cuts if they're going to have their hair cut close. And she was right, because it does make you look really nice.
And it's funny because it's her rules too that I always told him of how to keep it soft. Don't do hard lines around my edge and stuff like that.
Right. Those are for men only.
Girl, because listen, you try another barber, had me coming out looking like a stud. I'll be like, how you doing?
They be like, how you doing?
I'll be like, yo, you know what I mean? What's your name?
Come on, you play too much. Come on. All right, let's get serious. All right, come on.
So I mean, I just wanted to chit chat. Like, I think I'm like really, really spoiled for a lot of reasons. But one of my main reasons is my village. And
yeah. I remember being with you. And we was at Head Start, and you was in there, and they were surrounding you. The sales associates was surrounding you like you were like a celebrity, and you had MX card, and the thing was, you was buying shoes for you and your mom, but you were trying them on. Girl, you must have spent like ridiculous amounts of money, and you like just. And I was in awe, like, wow, like I wish I had my mom, and I get her MX card and just be spending money. So yeah, just throw money at you, like take my card and. Take my MX and go in Head Start, the most expensive shoe store in Philly at the time.
It was. And you know what? I'm going to tell you a little disclaimer. The only reason why I was able to always slide me a shoe or two in there.
Why? Because
we were redoing her wardrobe. And so I was shopping from Georgia all the way on up to Philly, you know, getting her stuff.
So it only made sense that you got you a pair or two at that ridiculous price. Yes.
Exactly.
Of course. I mean, listen, I understand your logic. It makes perfect logical sense to me. Like anybody that don't see it that way is just ridiculous not to see that.
Exactly. And my mom, she didn't mind. Look, at that time. Trust me, my MX swiping days got revoked at some point.
Well, that's okay. Getting right in the shit because you was ridiculous. Little bit.
Ridiculous. So anyway, that house I sent you, right?
Yes.
How about, I used to always ride down this one street. I liked it all the time, always wanted to live on it. And I do not understand why, because it's a busy thoroughfare.
Okay.
And I just don't get it. Like, and I'm trying to talk myself out of living on a busy thoroughfare. Like, traffic is going to be there. It's going to be all backed up. Take 5-10 minutes to get to your crib, you know. Like,
right.
It's just, but it's so freaking convenient to everything. All the shops, the malls, like it's a great location. I'm just thinking I need to not be on that busy street.
I don't know. I think that this is what I think because of you, because you're always moving and shaking and stuff like that. I think that you would probably not notice that it's busy, and it would just not be a thing at that particular time. That's just what I think. Because like do you remember I used to live in Wissahickon and Shelton Avenue, right? Not Wissahickon, Shelton and Wissahickon, and it was close to the expressway. It was close to Lincoln Drive, and I just thought like that busy fairway would be ridiculous. Well, I never paid it any mind. It never really bothered me that I lived that close. What I liked about it is look, the expressway was down the street on Wissahickon that way. The Wissahickon, look, on my left was I-95, on my right was Lincoln Drive. It was so convenient. I could get to any part of the city within minutes. So at the end of the day, sometimes, do you know when we moved here, it's a railroad track, like, you know, Jackie, like behind when your mom's still on Wagner Street, but it's not really. And every now and then when I got the back window open, I could hear it. But when we was buying a house, I heard, I was like, what is that? There was like the train. I was like, oh no, I can't live there, train. You know, I need my quietness. Girl, we've been here 10 years. I don't even hear that train. I hear the lawnmowers and I hear the freaking lawn blowers every day. Oh, but other than that, you ain't gonna hear it. You're not.
So like my mom, where she live at right behind you, bro. Y'all share the same.
Behind me.
Right. The train goes by very quietly, but like, you know, half a mile down on Wagner Avenue.
Oh my God, it's like, I know, we was in your aunt's backyard, yes, and we hear all, like, if it was like that, yes, but when we were buying a house, it was the winter time, and there was nothing in here, and every time the train went by, it wasn't that it was loud, it's just like, oh my God, no, it wasn't that it was quiet, but I just thought like, oh no, I'm gonna hear that all the time. Girl, I don't even know. But at your aunt's house on Wagner Street, oh, you can tell, what, the train be coming in 2 minutes, everybody be quiet, because it was just that loud.
The whole house shake, everything.
Yes, I remember. And it didn't stop us from having barbecues, though.
Say what?
It didn't stop barbecues. It didn't stop functionings or none of that.
We did have a whole lot of functions at that house for real.
Yes,
you know, the kids were upset when she moved.
Why? Who's upset? What kids?
Kids, like Anya and her generation, they were all upset.
You know why, though? Carlos had to break that down. You know why, right? Because it was fun. It was people. It was something happened, something going on in that area. And it was just like, and it was a lot. And the house was just, you know, the way the house functioned. And it was the backyard and this and cousins. And it's just a lot of people. Yes, and a lot of, you know, ratchet, not ratchet, fun, newsy, not news. It didn't matter. It's just that you had people around you. Here, I don't have anybody around me. It's so quiet. I'm sick of the quiet. I'm sick of the quiet.
You know what? I don't know if you remember, and I don't know if you can see.
Yes. Oh my God, I remember sitting out there and they had lights on. Wow, Ange. I do remember sitting out there at night and we saw all the, like, I was like, what are they doing? Or did they finish it? They finished it.
But how about, I just heard like planes going by and I was like, wow, I'm going to really miss the airport. It's a small airport.
I remember we had dinner at that place. You and Jonna.
And that food wasn't that great, but the atmosphere is the bomb.
I don't know. Maybe I was hungry because it seemed really good to me. I don't remember though. I remember I had a steak, but you know me.
Okay, no, you're right. You know what? My issue is my food is always cold when it gets to my food.
That was the issue. Yes. You know what, girl? Nobody understands hot food. Carlos be like, I don't understand why your food got to be hot. Nobody understands that I know except for you. Like, I'm like, I cannot eat lukewarm food. When we go to a restaurant, I am so upset when it's lukewarm. I feel like my food was sitting there collecting like germs and stuff. I was like, I need it hot. Yes, I need it hot because in my mind it was like, it's killing the germs and it's delicious hot. Carlos be like,
are you
remember at the time I had my pizza, I went to hot, it burned all the skin off my lips when I was pregnant with Raina. Because I couldn't make that up. It was so hot. I was so greedy, and because I was so pregnant and I was craving it so bad that it was hot. The pizza itself, but the cheese, you know, that cheese get really hot, and it burned all the skin off my lips. My lips was bubbling. But guess what? I didn't stop eating.
I already know how you do. I already know how you do. Try to cool off the stuff as if you got these soup coolers. It ain't gonna work now. Oh my God, ridiculous. That's just greedy. That is just greedy. Right. Hey, Ron, what I want to know, like, this I was thinking about. When I immediately think about like conversations with you, or I'm ready to call you or something, like, I always just think about like some of your favorite stuff. Like, but the one thing that always sticks out in my mind when I think about Rhonda is, how was you born back in the 1920s?
I don't know.
What decade is it that you like? The clothes? What is it? The 20s, 50s?
I like. Oh my God! I think I like those eras, and it's funny that I don't even see, because I'm African American, I don't even see the racism. I don't see any of that. I just be looking at. I'm focused. I'm tunnel vision toward the clothes. It's because it was an era of that you cared, the 30s, the 20s, the 40s, and the 50s, where you cared how you look. Like, women were just. It could have been a simple house dress, but if you're going to the market, you have your house dress. You have, not everybody cared about their appearance. It wasn't that you have to be ridiculously overly dressed. Which at some point, even going to the movies, oh my God, they just look so nice. And the shoe, I think so I'm a shoe whore. So because my foot is so small, and my dad kept saying my whole life, oh, your foot's going to get bigger, just give him a little bit bigger. Not that he was cheap with the shoes. The shoes was expensive, but they was always a little bit too big, and I always had to put tissue in the front of them and stuff and pad them up. And I said, when I get older, I'm buying shoes that fit, because he just thought my little foot was going to grow. And I get it. I'm this old. I can wear 5.5, 6. That's teeny tiny. So when I got to that point, I like that everything just coordinates. And then I like the different colors that we're afraid to use. I mean, I seen purple and green, and I'm like, whoa, and I seen blue and just different colors. And that's why I like the Marvelous Miss Mabley, or whatever that show is called.
Yes.
Oh my God. I don't know what it is. I think it's the symmetry and the color. I think it's the colors and the symmetry of how it all comes together, and how they put their clothes together. It wasn't just the shoes. It was the jewelry, simple pearls, not pearls, necklace. It was everything. Was that? Oh my God, look at that. He had on a fedora. He got his hat on. A man never left the house without a hat on, girl. They never left the house. Right. And we don't even wear, they never, for a moment, Alicia Keys bought back hats. And I was rocking my hats. Like, I was rocking. But I just think it's just that we took pride. people to even if your clothes didn't have to be expensive, but you would get classics that just you could wear them. They were timeless. Certain stuff was timeless, and you could just enter. You didn't have to spend a lot of money as long as you had a nice wardrobe that things could enter. I guess you can match up, mix and match everything together, sort of like Garanimals, but just on an adult level. I used to like Garanimals. I used to love Garanimals because all you had to do was match the tags.
You're the only person that I know. I promise you, when I say the only person that I know, well, two things. One is that you're the only person I know that can chastise me. But you're the only person that I know that don't have to thin out their wardrobe because they don't wear the stuff anymore because it's outdated. You're the only person I know.
I can't. I might have a few trendy pieces every now and then. It all depends on like what is like. People say people don't like lowrider jeans. I don't like lowrider. I like hipsters, and the reason why, because I think I was so small and it just gave my body definition. When it came out with the baggy stuff and all that, I just totally disappeared, and you couldn't see anything feminine about me because I was so tiny. So that's why I like the jeans at the waist, like below the navel, and with a nice little white, because it showed you, it gave you your waist definition. And remember back in the day, I used to wear the pleated pants and all this sort of stuff and the brooches. And then when I wanted to get away from that, and then they came back this year, like in the, I guess, early 2000s with the low rise, and now they with the high rise. I do not like high rise. I think it just cuts you off at the end of the day. It all depends. I don't like that. But yes, I am the only one that, because I keep interchanging. And my thing is, I don't keep stuff that I think is not functioning. Like if I know I can't wear this anymore, then I'd rather I purge. I'm like, okay, there's no reason to keep this. If I haven't looked at it, stuff in a year, I completely get rid of it because evidently I'm not wearing it. Even only thing that I keep forever is shoes, because I buy shoes. I always tell my husband, I spend $1,100 on shoes. That's an investment. Trust me, I'm like, because it's like, okay, first of all, if I get a classic pump and I spend $1,100 on it, how long am I going to have that pump? It's a classic. It's going to last forever.
That's true.
It's never going to stop.
And you can count on the leather. The leather ain't going nowhere.
That's the thing. It's all about the part. And guess what? When you buy good shoes, don't get it twisted. Spending kind of money is ridiculous. I just think if you get a good shoe that's made with a leather sole and a leather upper, one thing you can do that people don't realize is you can go to a shoe repair shop, and you can get your soles redone.
You and Michelle, I just told her the other day that you call it cobbler. She's like, she's right. I was like, oh.
That's right, it's a shoe cobbler, honey. That's artistry. People lose the name. They make up these names. Those people are artists. When you know how much skill it takes to make a shoe, to resole a leather shoe. I go downtown. There's no shoe cobblers except for maybe one in Chestnut Hill, one here. I literally have to go downtown to get my shoes repaired. And when I got my new job, that I was there for 30 days, working days, and got fired after 22. Whatever. What'd you say? I took all those shoes down there and I had them redone. And my husband, I said, those shoes was like $250 a piece. I'm getting them resold. Nobody buying them new shoes. I needed a rotation of shoes. So when I go to meetings, when I go here, say I have one on my heels and I come in, and not that I wanted to change my flats because my shoes wasn't comfortable, because I don't believe in buying anything that hurts your feet. But your foot being on the incline, your foot will get tired. And I found I would get the gel-ins, they work, but even after 8 hours, your feet just get tired. So what the foot doctor told me in wearing heels, just rotate, flats to heels, rotate. You can always wear heels, just rotate.
So let me ask you, how much did it cost to get a shoe resold and all that kind of stuff?
All right, so let me see. I think it was about $30. Let me see. To get a shoe, 20, 30, exactly. And then guess what? It lasts for another several years. It's not like I have to get this done every year. Even with I got it done. I was like, okay, I spent all this money on these shoes. I had those shoes for like maybe 5-6 years, my flats. And I took my shoes and I took my heels and I took everything just to make sure, because guess what? I don't have to buy new shoes if I take care of the ones that I have, because they're classics. That's it, like classic Mary Jane pumps, whatever. Even the colors that I have are classic. I don't have anything too ridiculous. Okay, I do got my cheetah print. I do got some cheetah print, but cheetah never bought us. Cheetah print.
So Rhonda, guess what? One time, so when I got on the radio show, I pulled out all the heels, right? And all my stuff. Girl, I promise you, my shoes failed me because the glue.
What do you mean it failed you? What do you mean?
I kept walking and all of a sudden it just unraveled on the side because it was time to take it to a cobbler and have it re-sewn or whatever.
Okay.
And this happened it had to happen at least for like 5-6 shoes. And what he told me was that shoes need to breathe and I need to get them out of the box. or create holes in them so it can get.
Yes, and that's what I did. You know what? And I used to, right, exactly. And I used to do that too. I keep my shoes in a box or whatever the case may be. They get dust on them. And at the end of the day, because I'm ridiculous, I take my shoes out and look at them every now. Look at them every now and then so they breathing. That's why it's better for shoe. It's better for shoe trees instead of shoe boxes.
You're a shoe farmer. You just go out and do the manifestation like all the harvest. Okay. Everything looks good.
I be looking at them, maybe try them on. I give you exactly because they do, because you know they say with leather stuff, do not, like you say, you have a leather jacket or leather coat or a leather skirt, suede, do not leave it in plastic because it needs to breathe. Leather needs to breathe. Leather needs to breathe. And people don't realize that. Girl, if you got a pair of plastic pumps and they plastic, they'll last you forever. They'll be here after Armageddon.
So you know what? And you know what? So another good thing that what I heard you say was because you have this visualization, like you have a very clear visual about what you want and what your future looks like after you get your degree in July.
Right, yes.
You don't know the job or anything like that, but you see yourself. So this session that I had this morning with Mind Valley that I'm doing, basically we're talking about visualization. Like you have an outstretched neck and expectation of what's to come. And then you lock in on what your desire is. Like it ain't about the pay. It ain't about the title or nothing like that. It's just this mission that your soul and spirit is on, that you know you're going to hit that thing dead end. You have no idea what the name of it is, nothing like that. But
no.
And you prepared yourself. And that's why I learned that this morning, that because you went out and you prepped yourself with all the shoes, get all the clothes, because you know what it looks like when you show up. So the fact that you are already happy now and you're in bliss now, that energy is going to make you go dead end, straight into that thing that you desire within. Like
right, exactly. It's the one, right, exactly. And I think like if you prepare visually, what, like you said, they always say dress for the job you want, not for the job you had. I never dressed for the job I had. I never ever dressed for. Even in my younger years as a nursing assistant, I always dressed like I was the director of nursing for the facility. When I walked in, they were like, "Oh my God!" Like the uniform, everything was just because my grandmother worked on the main line as domestic help. And when she died, the rafters was full of Rittenhouse, that church, Mount Table Baptist Church on Rittenhouse Street in Germantown, was full to the rafters. Bentleys, all kinds of Lamborghinis, Rolls Royce, all kinds of cars. I'm like, well, who all these people know my grandmother? Because she did when she went to work, her thing was her work ethics, what she did, what she presented herself. She presented herself in a professional mannerism, and she was kind and nice. And that's the thing that I want to like when she goes, she's like, always dress for you. Just even when I didn't even know what she did for a living until I got older. I had no idea what she did because like I said, her presentation. She's from that era of the 20s and 30s. She's born in 27. So when she'd have a little house dress on, but it'd be neat. Everything would be so neat about her. At the end of the day, very expensive shoes because she was a diabetic and she needed special shoes because of the edema set in her legs would swell up really bad. But just do the best job you can and then prepare for it because I know what it looks like. I just didn't know how to go about doing it until I did it. I was like, and each journey was.
That's good right there. You didn't know about doing it until you did it. That's good.
Right. I kept saying, I want to be able to be a part of the process, but how to be a part of the process? Okay, you have this aspect of the process. You know what it looks like, but now you need to obtain this information and this knowledge. And knowledge is power. So my daughter said, well, Mom, what do you mean knowledge is power? I said, information. When you're knowledge is power because it provides you with information, not that you did not like. So the information and the ability to know how to apply it is key. A lot of people have a lot of information and don't apply it, appropriately or where it is or properly. And then it's a waste of time. It's a waste of all your information and knowledge that you have at the end of the day. And that's the thing. And once you have self-awareness about who you are as an individual, then you present yourself as a better individual for work-life balance. Like you need all that, and you need to learn how to just be relatable to people. When you work with people, if you're not relatable to them, they're not going to trust you. They're just not. They're just not going to trust you at the end of the day. So you build a trust, but building a rapport starts with you build a trust. And when you build a trust with people, they're always there. And people, just believe it or not, at work, you have to meet needs. Just like you have children, and their needs have to be met emotionally. At work, their needs have to be met. When the needs of the staff is met, they're happy increase work productivity and increase job security. Always. They want to be there with you, like, oh my God, I just love working with Ms. Kearns. She is all, this, that, and the other. If I have a problem, and even if you have open door policy, and especially with boundaries, come in with suggestions, and you always you can mitigate with them. Okay, well, let's weigh. You put yourself in their shoes so you can empathize with them. All that works, and even so, before I go into the job that I'm going to get, I'm building those skills now. I'm building those that. There was what's it called? The high emotional IQ. People with a high level of emotional IQ have the ability, like you, to see what everyone needs and to give everyone. That person with that high IQ is the go-to person. If there's an issue, they're like, okay, I know who can give me. And you're always the mediator, and you're always the one that's calm in the storm. People with high emotional intelligence are the calmness of the storm. And they're sitting back and they're listening, and they're giving everybody what they need. And
this right here is proof of why I say my village rocks. Like, seriously, I get this kind of inspiration on a daily basis. Like, it's crazy. And I wanted to just record.
People need that.
Right. And I wanted to record one of our conversations so that, and the other girlfriends too, to record so that people can see that I am who I am because of who y'all are to me. Like, what y'all pour into me. This
exactly.
keeps me on my straight. Now, I just happen to have the boldness to go out and say, hey, look, everybody, I got energy today. Where the rest of y'all like, child, please go on with that.
No, I'm the same way. The funny thing is, this is where people don't realize that I am very shy. However, I know what it's like to feel uncomfortable. So I don't want anybody to feel uncomfortable. So therefore, my shyness, I'll put that to the back burner. I told you my main thing is when I get on the elevator and it's crowded, and I step in, as soon as it's open, I'm immediately overwhelmed with all those people, and immediately I want it to close, and I want it to be empty, and I want to disappear. But the first thing comes out of my mouth is like, oh my God, you guys are welcoming me. Well, thank you. Good morning, everyone. And they just start laughing because they don't expect it. Because let me tell you, the most uncomfortable place to be when it's crowded is the elevator of people you don't know. And that's where it was like, and when they just and then I start laughing, and they give up, have a good day. And they be like, okay, you too. And then when they see me again, they just laugh. Laughter is really important. Everybody can do it, but laughter is so important because it releases endorphins. It makes you just feel good. And if you start a person's day off with just them a good laugh, and then I remember one lady got off, she's like, I absolutely needed that. I said, we all need that. I think I had on, girl, I had a dress with pockets. Girl, that's like finding $1 million. A beautiful dress with pockets. And she's like, oh my God, I love your dress. It was polka dots. It was maxi. Girl, I was cute that day. And then she's like, oh, and I said, wait a minute. I saw her. I said, wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. That ain't it. And I put my hands in the pocket, and we were both like, oh my God. She's like, it has pockets. I said, yes, it has pockets. And they were just,
it's the small things in life that excite us. How about my coach is going to call me in about a minute or two. But before we go, I want to know, let me see. Your favorite shows, TV or movie. What's your favorite one? Like, whenever you see that comes on, you gotta watch it.
Okay, my favorite show that I have to absolutely watch when it comes on is Mildred Pierce with Joan Crawford. That's a movie. Mildred Pierce. Mildred Pierce.
You're gonna have me go watch that show. So
she said that she's a bad chick. She's a bad chick. She's a bad chick.
What's the most memorable book you read?
Most memorable book I've read. Let me think. Oh God. Oh, The Child Called It. Oh yeah, it was. He was on Oprah Winfrey show in the early '90s where his mom abused him like the rest, and he grew up to be a writer and all this sort of stuff. Yeah, it was The Child Called It. Okay. Yeah, that was the most memorable book that I've read.
And then tell me that movie again. I want to write it down. Mildred
Pierce.
Okay.
Mildred Pierce.
Okay. And then the last thing.
I also like A Patch of Blue, but we're not going to go there.
That's a movie or a book?
It's A Patch of Blue. It's a movie with Sidney Poitier, A Patch of Blue.
Patch of Blue. Okay. Okay, and then Dead or Alive, who would you like to have a conversation with today?
Dead or Alive. Let me think. Dead or Alive. Taraji B. Henson.
You, Taraji J. Henson?
Yes, Taraji. Whatever her name is, Taraji.
Really? What you like about my girl? She's so cool.
Oh my God, the fact that she's an advocate for mental healthiness. Like, she is definitely an advocate for just people being mentally healthy because of stuff I would definitely want to have a conversation with her. She's definitely the person.
Awesome. Ron, she's calling in now. Hang on one second.
Okay.
Hey, Deborah, give me about 30 seconds just to end this other call, okay? Okay, thanks. All right, honey bun.
All right, bye. Be safe. Have a good day.
Thanks.
Be safe.
Bye.
I don't even know.